Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to episode 4 of Preparing for Ramadan. In the previous episode, we talked about those people who don't fast during the month of Ramadan or those who are excused from fasting. In this episode, we're going to talk about making up those missed fasts. Now, as a general rule, a person who has fasts to make up, those fasts must be made up before the start of the next or the following Ramadan. So a person has 12 months to make up those fasts. Now, what happens if the next Ramadan has arrived and the person has not made up their missed fasts? In this case, we would say either someone didn't make up their missed fast and they had a valid excuse, or they didn't have a valid excuse. When we say valid excuse, we're talking about things like travel and illness. So the travel took up that year and they were unable to fast. Or their illness or sickness lasted a year, it took up that year and they were unable to fast. We're talking about things like pregnancy and breastfeeding, those types of valid excuses. In this case, the person is not blameworthy in the least. They simply make up their missed fast as soon as they're able to do so. As for the person who didn't have a valid excuse, so it was out of negligence, they got lazy or whatever, this person must also make up their missed fast as soon as possible, but on top of that, or added to that, they should also feed a poor person for every fast that was missed and wasn't made up as well. Now, this is the opinion of the majority of the madhahib, and this seems to be the safest opinion in this matter, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. Second issue, what if someone dies and they had fasts to be made up and they never made them up? Once again, we would say either they weren't made up and a person had a valid excuse, or they didn't have a valid excuse. Now, as for a person who was unable to make up their missed fast with a valid excuse, then there's nothing that needs to be done for this person, and that's that. But the person who didn't have a valid excuse, then their family members can feed a poor person on their behalf for every day that was missed. Also, what is recommended is that the wali, or the guardian of the deceased, make up that missed fast on their behalf. This is based off the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ mentioned in Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, in which the Prophet ﷺ said, "Man mata wa alayhi siyam, sama anhu waliyuh." That the person who dies and there was a fast upon them, meaning the fast that they had to make up, then their guardian fasts on their behalf. Once again, this is the safer opinion, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. Alright, I'll see you in the next episode, inshallah ta'ala. Take care. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.